Well, it started when I was a journalist in Paris. I was correspondent there for the Dutch equivalent to the Financial Times. And I actually went to Tunisia to cover the downfall of Ben Ali, the dictator in Tunisia, what was then called the beginning of the Arab Spring. And there I discovered, after having done some essential stories, that Heineken was in a partnership with someone who was related to the clan of the dictator. And that was really, for me, I knew it was true. I had very good sources. Later, I also had documents that proved it. That was for me really, this lie of Heineken about their business partner was for me a trigger to look, hey, what else do they have to cover? And you have to know that even in the Netherlands, all people don't know that Heineken is so big everywhere. You know, we know you can have the drink everywhere, but I didn't know that they were brewing, for example, in Tunisia, which is also a predominantly Muslim country, so that's a bit surprising as well. So for me, it was also the first time I discovered that Heineken had an all African empire, and I thought, well, if they're lying about this case, what else is there to find? Well, in the end, I did 6 years of research. I didn't plan that really do it so long, but there were so many interesting things. I spoke to like over 400 people. I went to 13 different countries. I also discovered Heineken, I have to say, is allegedly complicit to serious crimes. For example, even crimes against humanity and genocide. The best example for that is nowadays Burundi, where it's a small country in Central Africa, where Heineken operates in a joint venture with government. This government is a very authoritarian government, and Heineken directly pays through its excise duty. The excise duty Heineken pays in this country is used to pay the civil servants who commit atrocities against their own population. To my own surprise, in a sense, my work has really been picked up by people who care a lot about health, and I really like that, of course. It wasn't. When I was thinking of promoting the book, it was maybe not the first angle I was thinking about. It was more like people who deal with Africa and business and ethics and stuff, but people from a health perspective really take a lot of interest in it. And I was invited to a conference where I met some of these people as well. And when they knew the book was coming out in English, they contacted me. Well, I think it's very important that governments regulate as much as they can, and they, like the industry, and especially the alcohol industry, the beer industry, they will always say that we can regulate ourselves. We have the same interests as you have. We are against abuse. We are against alcoholics. That's not in our interest. We want people to drink moderately, but if you look closely, if you look at what's happening in Africa, where they can self-regulate, they can regulate themselves almost as much as possible, you see that they will push to consumers to drink as much as possible, and it's logical because it's of course that's their real interest. And to give an example from Africa, the standard size of a bottle in most countries is at least 600 milliliters. It goes up to 750 milliliters. So a bottle of wine is considered to be one beer in many African countries.